It usually starts with a quick errand on a typical Texas summer day. You park the car, roll the window down an inch or two, and run inside the store, assuming your dog will be safe for just a few minutes. But the ambient air outside is only a fraction of the threat. On a 95-degree afternoon, the interior of a parked car climbs past 104 degrees in less than 10 minutes. This graph shows how fast heat builds. The main curve tracks the cabin climbing past 115 degrees in under 30 minutes. The secondary line below represents cracking a window. It provides statistically zero mitigation against rising temperatures. The velocity of this temperature shift outpaces almost any errand. By the time you navigate a checkout aisle, the environment inside that cabin has already reached a level that overwhelms a dog's internal cooling systems. A parked vehicle is an active thermal trap, where solar radiation is absorbed and trapped by the glass, creating an environment where minutes equate to dangerous heat accumulation. Leaving the car behind doesn't eliminate the danger. Out on the walking path, the threat moves from the air to the ground directly beneath their feet. This visualization illustrates a massive gap between air and surface heat. While air temperature registers a manageable 87 degrees, dark asphalt absorbs solar radiation, pushing ground temperature to 143 degrees. At 143 degrees, a dog's paw pads sustain thermal burns in seconds. You can test this by pressing the back of your bare hand flat against the pavement. If you cannot hold it there for 7 seconds without pain, the surface is too hot for a walk. If the ground fails the touch test, walking will cause physical injury to the dog's paws. Humans regulate heat through evaporative sweating across the skin. Dogs rely on an entirely different biological mechanism. They rely almost entirely on panting. This is a mechanical exchange, swapping hot internal air for cooler outside air across the wet surfaces of their tongue and lungs. In the high humidity of a Texas summer, this system frequently fails. Because moisture in the air prevents evaporation, the humidity-adjusted feels-like temperature is the metric used to assess risk, as the raw thermometer reading doesn't account for the loss of the panting mechanism. This anatomical diagram shows why certain dogs face even higher risks. Flat-faced breeds, like pugs and French bulldogs, have a restricted, narrow upper airway. Compared to the open airway of a standard breed, they cannot move enough air to effectively drop their body temperature. Overweight and older pets face similar mechanical disadvantages. In a humid environment, a dog's own biology works against them, stripping away their only natural defense against the heat. When those cooling systems fail, the heat becomes an internal crisis. For a dog, the normal body temperature baseline is between 100 and 102.5 degrees. This gauge shows the threshold for critical failure. If a dog's core temperature crosses 106 degrees, it is a medical emergency. Watch for specific warning signs: heavy panting, thick drooling, bright red gums, vomiting, or a wobbly, uncoordinated walk. If you see these signs, move them to the shade immediately. Apply cool, not ice-cold, water to their belly and paws, and offer small amounts of water to drink while preparing to transport them. Crossing that 106-degree mark leads to systemic biological failure. It requires immediate veterinary intervention to prevent death. Preventing heat stroke is simpler than treating it. On the hottest Texas days, the safest walk is no walk at all. Stick to safe walking parameters, strictly early morning or after sunset, staying on the grass and always carrying water. The math of heat stroke is uncompromising. When in doubt about the temperature, the only safe decision is to leave your dog at home.